guest is going to tell us about themselves. You're going to tell us your name, your pronouns, and what you do during the day, what your job is, and we'll just start there.
All right. My name is Nakara Forget, and my pronouns are she, her, and I'm an artist. I'm a hip-hop artist.
Okay.
I curate events. I'm a facilitator and youth mentor.
Okay. What is curating and facilitating? What does that mean? What is your job like?
Yeah, so curating is like creating vibes and experiences for people. So different kinds of unique events. And facilitating is like leading workshops, helping people to meet their objectives, whatever that looks like.
Okay. What is your connection to this specific event? Did you set this up? Did you work with this, the gala?
Yeah, so I am a former program manager for Hope Community in South Minneapolis.
Okay,
so
yeah,
I used to run their girls programming. I left my job last year to be a full-time artist, but one of the brands that I created while I was there is Black Girl Joy. Okay. And we're showcasing Black Girl Joy today.
Oh, okay, that's exciting. Congratulations.
Yeah,
I'm from over south, so I have heard a little bit about Hope and about that community. And I'm also a fellow curator.
Nice.
Working on that.
Okay. We got to talk offline.
Most definitely. So tell us a little bit more about your community involvement, especially as an artist and as...
I told you that you had
tell us a little bit more about your community involvement and what you do as an artist.
That's my dog right there. That's my dog right there. That's my dog.
And see, now I gotta ask the question over again.
Gang.
Lord, see, this is why he's not doing it, because he would interrupt in the vibe.
He would.
Anyways.
I love him. Shout out to Chucky.
Shout out to Chucky. So tell us about your community involvement as an artist, as a curator, and a little bit about what you're launching tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. So, I do a lot. So
that's real.
Let's start. Hip-hop artist. So I perform. I make music. I feel like I am a voice for Black women to speak what they feel, those who may not be able to come up with a language to say what they feel and what their experiences are. So everything that I do is rooted in hip-hop and healing.
That's what's up.
And so from that, I've created workshops like the Deep End Challenge, inspired by a song I made called Deep End, teaching Black women how to swim and how to navigate their emotions and not drown in the things that they're going through. And then Black Girl Joy is something I created as an annual event to honor Black women and girls, just following the murder of George Floyd and seeing how many Black women were leading healing spaces and rallies and marches and just making sure the community was well after what transpired. And so created that event to honor them and give them their flowers, and it would be free food and free to the community. And from that we created a clothing brand, and it's just grown from there. So yeah.
Oh, that's very exciting. We definitely got to talk after. You may make me think of some people.
Yeah.
But aside from that, what made you want to be a hip hop artist? I mean, I guess you kind of did say that, but like, what initially? How long have you been wanting to do that? Do you write your own music? Do you produce your own music? What does that creative process look like for you?
Yeah. So I was very timid when I was coming up. I was bullied. I had a lot to say, and I didn't have a lot of safe spaces to say it. And I found that through writing poetry and creating song lyrics, I could say what I felt without feeling like I would be penalized for it, right? And so when I came out of college and started getting my confidence up, I would say my poems, and they would turn into raps. And that's kind of how it grew. And so, I love performing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Black Box Theater?
You know what's crazy? I literally had a meeting with Jan Mandel today. Shout out to her.
Really? Okay, that's my girl.
So my best friend, rest in peace, Essence, she was a student of Black Box Theater.
Okay, what year? A while ago?
I believe years and years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an OG, triple OG. So this had to have been like 2006. 7.
Oh wow. Okay.
So she introduced me to the Black Box Theater just from her own experiences. I never got to experience it, although I went to Central, but I'm creating a documentary around my best friend's life. And so I sat with Jan to kind of brainstorm what that could look like and how she could be involved. So that's dope that you brought that up.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, you got to come to Washburn. You got to come and sit in that class and do some stuff. But we'll talk about that later. Sorry.
Okay.
I know that Gavin is actually a musical artist, so I'm sure he has some questions for you.
So, being that you said you were an artist, and I'm also an artist, what advice do you have for young people to advance professionally?
I would say continue to show up authentically. Sometimes you get caught up in what's trendy and you lose your voice. you lose your flavor trying to be like everybody else. And I think what makes people gravitate to you is when you're yourself. Nobody can tell your story like you tell your story. And so I think that's really important. And then also moving with integrity, right? Like, you don't have to move foul or cut corners in order to get to where you desire to be, because you're destined to be there anyway, right? So stay true to yourself.
I like that. I like that. Do you have any more possibly unwritten questions?
Yeah. So like, just like being that you are a woman and like a black woman at that in a mainly male-dominant industry.
Yeah.
Like, how important do you feel like sharing your love for what you do is to the community?
It's very important. I feel like, you know, in hip hop specifically, I don't necessarily like being singled out as being like the best at what I do for a woman. I feel like I could take on any man and be colder than them. And so just operating in supreme confidence and taking up space is important as a black woman, because I'm representing other black women.
Yeah.
So it's critical for me.
Do you have any more follow-up questions? Okay.
Thank you. That was good.
Yeah. So I guess you said that we kind of know your attention with the gala.
Yeah.
Is there anything that specifically, other than launching your new brand, that you're looking forward to? People that you're gonna meet, connect with, and how that might relate to teenagers who are also attending this event?
Yeah, so I won't be at the event tomorrow,
Okay.
but I'm really grateful to be here today and have young women that I've seen literally grow up in the past 4 years now being like brand ambassadors for my brand. That's really fire. So yeah, I'm just excited to see the work that I've instilled in young people like manifest and watch them like be professionals in this arena. Is so fire. It's amazing.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. Thank you for your insight and
Thank
for your
y'all.
stories, and we'll talk later, but thank you for talking with us and for being here and representing and just being active in the community. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Do you
Thank
have
y'all.
any closing remarks? Anything else you want to say?
Follow me on Instagram, Nakara Forjay, NAKARAFORJE, Instagram, and follow my brand Swag, SWAGGEST88 on Instagram.
Okay. I'm going to put that in the captions for y'all.
Hey.
Listen to that. Thank you. We'll be back with another guest in just a
Peace.
second.
Appreciate y'all.
See you next time on Save It for the Pod.